As a student, we are having struggles with how are we going to bring our books, notebooks, and etc. For this is heavy. With the millennial generation, we are always on the side what is more convenient for us. We aren't doing things where we think it is easy and fun. For the past 17 years of our lives, we are generated where modern technologies are expanding and surrounding us. Since as students, we are engaged with using our mobile device more than 8 hours a day. Why not why not let's try to imply my advocacy wherein our lesson and activities will be on our smartphones. It's easy for now to create a new application wherein this app is the key to the convenience of students. Through this working application, students, teachers, and even parents can access it too. Although there are different applications in our Play Store or App Store that will be help us to know fast our lessons. Like for example, in mathematics, there are plenty of applications such as GeoGebra, Automat, and etc. that could help us solve problems easier than before. Technologies nowadays are upgrading and upgrading day by day. Being able to have our lesson in our device, we could easily check our notification box if there are more announcements or assignments to do. This is convenient for students, for it helps them to be engaged more in studying since we have our phones with us anytime and anywhere. However, using gadgets all the time, we are not learning to love and appreciate the teachers and the other people surrounding us and helping us to do our tasks. We still need our teachers who will inspire us, love us, and care for us. They will still be the one to guide us and lead to the path for success, because using our gadgets make us or affect us not good for. We all know that we cannot control what we see and what are we going to explore. Having our digital lessons will help us to read more and spend time scrolling in application. For us to know it, there are new notifications coming and assignments as well as activities. Having this application, teachers will be able to work more conveniently because they are not going to write everything on a paper or some in Manila paper. Instead, use a projector and representing it into the class and explain further information. But at the other side, not all of us responsible user or technologies and application that disadvantage of technologies and application that disadvantage of my advocacy is that maybe some user may abuse the use of this. We are into the modern era where we use technologies instead of the old ones. Thus, we are creating more time using our device than to talk personally with our family or friends. Technologies are incorporated to our lives. Having gadgets as part of our daily lives has its consequence, but why not use in a more productive and efficient way? Modernized technology has its advantage and excellent contribution for students like me. Using technology as part of our educational system may help students to become more productive in short span of time. Convenient, it easily accessible for a student to use technology in school, where 21st century learners we are way different from the past, knowing that today's generation are mostly impatient. Technology has huge contribution in this game and maybe more to our success. For example, Japan. We all know how small that country is, and yet they are one of the best country in the world, and it is because of their technology. Researching is very time consuming, but with the technology it may lessen the time you may spend doing your research. Education alone is struggle that student from this generation needs to deal with, considering we all have tight schedules and tons of activities to do. As a teenager, modern day education can really drain up of our energy and motivation. To be quite frank, this the main. I would often daming pinapagawa, but of course, it is our responsibility as a student. Still, I'm grateful to be born in this generation. Because of our highly modified technology, imagine yourself going out of the school at 4 p.m. Assignments and projects are lined up to be passed in time. We only need to open our computers and have access to the internet, and our problems are a few clicks away. The generation before us, on the other hand, doesn't have this choice. They needed to go in libraries and search for information through books. They only have limited access to information, if not books, documentary from other people, but sometimes this still would be enough. However, for us, technology plays a huge role however as role in our education, and it helps us to easy access to information. Every variety of question that a person one has, the internet will come up with the answers. If you don't know how to build something for a project, you can simplify link on YouTube. Our smartphone is also a good example. It's not only for communication anymore. We can use Microsoft application on it to type in academic papers or make PowerPoints for our reports. We can also shoot documentaries, films, etc. and edit it at the same time for our project. All this from a device that perfectly fits and pockets. It's amazing how technology gives us privilege to experience. It has become a gateway for us to explore more and to boost more in learning. I'm not saying that our technology is a source of good. Technology also has its some popular technologies amongst a student are computers and smartphones. These things have access to the internet, which means it access to the online application like social media and online games. It is excellent for entertainment and relaxation, especially when you want to unwind for a bit. However, some students use them excessively that it has become more of a distraction and addiction rather than a quick refresh to our fed minds. My experience is one. For example, I discovered the online game Mobile Legend. Play a couple of times, then I became more absorbed by the game, and I started to lose sleep, became more irritable, and I started to put the game first rather than doing my homework or projects. Although I have learned from it, this just shows that we should be careful in using technology. It may seem harmless, but if not used in the right way, why it can be precious. That technology is still very beneficial for education. Putting that in just precision on the harm that it can bring.